Imagine society as a grand orchestra. Picture the stage filled with musicians, each one poised and ready to play their part. The climate is thick with anticipation, the audience hushed in expectation. It is a complex and beautiful thing. The orchestra, with its myriad of instruments, each contributing its own tone to the universe of society, this in many ways truly mirrors the intricate web of human interactions. Each individual, as a musician, plays their unique part, even though some carry the same instrument. Each person has a completely different way of playing, adding an intricate layer complexity to the vast ocean of seen, heard, and felt social forces. We come together to create a symphony of human interaction. Our lives intertwine, our actions resonate with one another, creating a harmonious blend of social dynamics. It's a magnificent tapestry of sounds and rhythms. Each note, each beat contributes to the overall melody, just as each person's actions and decisions shape the fabric of society. We have our parts to perform. Whether as leaders, supporters, innovators, or caretakers, each role is vital to the harmony of the whole, and sometimes mess up the whole show. However, we each have our instruments to master, our talents, passions, our vocations. These are the instruments we bring to the symphony of society. All of this comes together to create the music of our shared existence. The beauty lies in the synchronization, the unity, the collective effort. The beauty of the orchestra lies in its intricate harmony. Each section, each musician plays their part with precision and passion. Different sections, strings, brass, woodwinds, percussion blend together. They create a rich and dynamic soundscape, much like the diverse elements of society. But an orchestra needs a conductor, and society needs structure, it needs organization, it needs rules. Without these, the music would be chaotic, the performance disjointed. This is where sociology comes in. It provides the framework, the understanding, the guidance needed to maintain harmony. It helps us understand the underlying principles that govern this grand performance we call society. Through sociology, we gain insights into the patterns, the structures, and the dynamics that shape our world. Every orchestra follows a set of rules, ensuring a harmonious performance. These institutions, much like a conductor's baton, provide guidance, set boundaries, and influence values, beliefs, and aspirations. Just as every musical piece has a score, a detailed arrangement guiding musicians, society has a framework, an intricate system directing human behavior. This framework consists of social structures and culture, fundamental elements shaping daily life. Social structures define groups and categories within society. Factors like social class, race, gender, and age create a web of relationships and power dynamics. These structures evolve with historical events, economic changes, and social movements, influencing opportunities and life chances. Access to education and employment, for example, may be affected by one's social class or race. Culture refers to the shared values, beliefs, norms, and practices of a community. It is the collective expression of a way of life. It shapes language, art, religion, food, and even our understanding of morality. Legal systems and moral codes are rooted in cultural beliefs, reflecting a collective sense of justice and ethics. Together, social structure and culture form the foundation upon which our social symphony is played. No one is born knowing how to play an instrument or perform, just as no one inherently understands societal norms. Like joining a new orchestra or starting a band, the process of learning these expectations is called socialization. The lifelong process of acquiring communication skills, behavioral norms, and cultural understanding is likened to learning to sing or rap clearly, in a manner that not just tells the story, but does it in a way that both the observer and the performer find cohesion and common ground in the message. Understanding the nuances of each band member, and most importantly, the conductor or a campaign manager. With practice, individuals can absorb social cues, learning what is considered right and wrong through interactions with family, schools, peer groups, and media, and so on. As people may master one instrument and move on to another throughout their lifetime, it is part of what makes society. Structures, beliefs, practices, and traditions that position individuals in various social roles, each requiring the tools such as new behaviors and expectations. As students, employees, friends, partners, and parents, we navigate the cacophony of societal nuances to a beautiful ensemble. Just as musicians grow and master their instruments, individuals must understand their roles to contribute to the functioning of society. Socialization is continuous, it never truly ends. Like mastering an instrument, you can always improve. No matter your age, people adapt to new social situations, refining their behavior and integrating into new environments. This adaptability is essential for personal growth and maintaining societal cohesion. Just as musicians prepare for a concert, people prepare for their roles in society, honing skills and understanding responsibilities. We perform our parts: leaders, supporters, innovators, caretakers. All are vital to societal harmony. We master our instruments, our talents, passions, and vocations shape our contributions. We synchronize. The beauty lies in unity, collective effort, and collaboration. An orchestra needs a conductor, just as society needs structure and organization. Without them, the music would be chaotic, the performance disjointed. This is where sociology comes in. Sociology provides the framework, the understanding, and the guidance needed to maintain harmony. It reveals the patterns, structures, and dynamics shaping human behavior. Every orchestra follows a set of rules ensuring a harmonious performance, just as societies have social norms. These unwritten guidelines define acceptable behavior: shaking hands when meeting someone new, saying please and thank you, waiting in line. Institutions like sections of an orchestra shape individual behavior and reinforce social order. Families, schools, governments, and religions play distinct roles, providing guidance, boundaries, and influence. Just as every musical piece has a score guiding musicians, society has a framework shaping human behavior. This framework consists of social structures and culture. Social structures define groups and categories: social class, race, gender, and age, creating relationships and power dynamics. These evolve with history, economic shifts, and social movements, shaping opportunities and life chances. Culture represents shared values, beliefs, and practices, shaping language, art, religion, food, and even morality. Legal systems and ethical codes are rooted in cultural beliefs, reinforcing collective justice. As we are not born musicians, no one inherently understands societal norms either. Socialization is the lifelong process of learning social expectations, acquiring communication skills, behavioral norms, and cultural understanding. Throughout life, people adopt various social roles, each requiring new behaviors and expectations. Like musicians mastering their instruments, individuals must understand their roles to contribute effectively to society. Socialization never truly ends. Even adults adapt to new environments, refining behavior and maintaining societal cohesion. Sociology provides the tools to analyze, understand, and challenge the structures shaping our world. By studying society, we gain insights into human behavior, relationships, and systems of power. Like a well-conducted symphony, society thrives when its members work together, recognizing their roles, appreciating diversity, and fostering understanding. Through sociology, we orchestrate progress, creating a more just, equitable, and harmonious world. This concludes The Rhythm of Society, Part 1. Please leave a comment below and let us know where you're watching from. Follow the link for the next part to this series. And as always, thanks for watching. Close your eyes and clear your preconceptions of the world. Imagine yourself walking through a city where every step taken by those around you creates a different note in the symphony of human existence. This is not far from the truth. On one side, luxury boutiques display glittering watches and designer handbags, symbols of prestige, wealth, and high status. Just a block away, tents line the sidewalks, occupied by people struggling to secure life's essentials. This stark contrast is more than economic inequality. It is the composition of society, a layered melody where some voices dominate the concert hall while others whisper from the margins. Sociologists examine this dissonance through the lens of norms, the shared expectations that govern behavior, Giddens 23, and institutions, the structured systems that shape individual and collective interactions, Durkheim 45. They also interrogate power dynamics: who holds influence, who is silenced, and how these forces are maintained or contested across social spaces. In some instances, society can be more like the tryouts for a symphony. Some arrive practiced, polished, and eager to impress. Others walk in wide-eyed, unsure of the tempo, but willing to give it their all. Others may come to observe, taking in the experience at their own pace. And a few, well, they just show up for the snacks, blissfully unaware there's tryouts. Some rise in brilliant crescendos, shaping culture, policy, and innovation. Others resonate in lower tones, weaving tight-knit communities, personal relationships, and intimate moments of change. Every person is a note, every movement a sound that influences the harmony or dissonance of social life. Sociology is the study of the patterns and structures that make society function. Much like a conductor analyzing an orchestra, sociologists decode the roles, interactions, and power structures that shape human behavior. By embracing a beginner's mind, one can observe society without bias, understanding how social structure and culture guide human interactions. This intricate arrangement forms the foundation of sociology, the study of human society, behavior, and the structures that define our interactions. To fully grasp its complexity, we must first explore its core elements. What is sociology and why is it important? How does social structure shape human interactions? And why is a beginner's mind essential in sociological thinking? Social structure. The underlying framework that organizes relationships and roles within society, much like the divisions within an orchestra. Just as string, brass, woodwind, and percussion sections have specific roles contributing to the whole, social structures dictate norms, hierarchies, and systems that maintain order, as Durkheim notes. Culture. The shared beliefs, values, and practices that shape human interactions. Musical traditions, whether classical symphonies or jazz improvisations, define the rhythm and style of a performance. Similarly, cultural norms shape how individuals interpret the world and engage with each other, as Giddens explains. Beginner's mind. The ability to approach the world without preconceptions, seeing it anew, much like an open-minded listener experiencing a symphony for the first time. In sociology, adopting a beginner's mind allows scholars to question familiar norms and uncover hidden complexities in social interactions, as McGrain suggests. In this series, we introduce sociology as a field of study. We emphasize its relevance to everyday life. By viewing society through an orchestral lens, it helps to take an abstract concepts and bring more relevance, making it tangible. By mirroring music, we aim to illustrate the balance between individual agency and structural constraints and their differences. Sociology requires a keen awareness of systemic forces and personal adaptability, just as musicians must adjust to shifts in tempo and harmony. The Truman Show, released in 1998, presents a compelling exploration of surveillance, social constructs, and personal awakening. Truman Burbank, raised in a meticulously constructed reality, unknowingly lives under constant observation within an artificial world designed to mimic societal norms. His daily interactions, friendships, and even romantic relationships are orchestrated by producers seeking to craft an idealized, yet controlled narrative. This in many ways mirrors how social structures shape human interactions, subtly guiding individuals through pre-established roles and expectations. Truman's growing skepticism, sparked by inconsistencies in his surroundings, illustrates the tension between personal agency and institutional control, revealing the ways in which societies condition individuals to accept their realities without question. At the heart of Truman's transformation is the beginner's mind, a concept introduced by sociologist Bernard McGrain that encourages individuals to shed preconceived notions and embrace genuine understanding. Truman embodies this principle when he begins questioning the authenticity of his world, scrutinizing familiar patterns and resisting the forces that seek to confine him. His journey underscores the necessity of adopting a sociological perspective as he moves from passive acceptance to active interrogation of his circumstances. The film ultimately suggests that liberation comes not merely from escaping a physical environment, but from dismantling the mental barriers imposed by social conditioning. Through Truman's defiance and eventual departure, The Truman Show illustrates the profound impact of viewing society with fresh eyes, urging audiences to reconsider their own realities and the structures that shape them. So, what is sociology and why is it important? Just as composers arrange musical notes to create harmony, sociologists design studies to analyze patterns and structures within society. They examine human interactions, institutions, and cultural dynamics to understand how societies function, as Giddens explains. Now, how does social structure shape human interactions? Social structure serves as the underlying framework that organizes relationships and roles within society, much like the divisions within an orchestra. Each section, strings, brass, woodwinds, and percussion, has a distinct role, just as institutions and norms shape human behavior, as Durkheim points out. And why is a beginner's mind essential in sociological thinking? A beginner's mind allows sociologists to approach social phenomena without preconceptions, fostering curiosity and openness to new perspectives. Like an open-minded listener experiencing a symphony for the first time, sociologists must question familiar norms to uncover hidden complexities, as Suzuki suggests. Tap your foot. In a symphony, musicians must learn timing, technique, and coordination to perform in harmony with the ensemble. In much the same way, individuals internalize societal norms through socialization, which is, the lifelong process of adapting to shared expectations and behaviors. From childhood, we learn the unwritten rules of conduct, like don't be late to work, which become one of our first lessons in the societal symphony. These norms really shape how we interact, interpret the world around us, and even develop our identities. Socialization ensures that society functions cohesively, much like musicians, adjusting their playing to stay in harmony with the ensemble. Every society operates within a framework known as social structure, an invisible yet powerful force that dictates how individuals interact, as Durkheim noted back in 91. Just as an orchestra follows a carefully arranged composition, social structures guide behavioral expectations, ensuring order and cohesion within a group. Without structure, a musical piece would devolve into chaotic noise, just as society would struggle without shared norms and roles. While social structure provides the framework, culture, the beliefs, traditions, and customs of a group dictates daily life, as Parsons notes on page 112. Each orchestra has a distinct style, shaped by musical traditions, techniques, and artistic interpretation, just as different societies foster unique customs. Some cultures bow, others shake hands, and some simply nod, just as orchestras may favor classical precision, jazz improvisation, or experimental compositions. So, what are norms and how do they regulate society? How does socialization shape individuals? And how do different roles influence behavior and expectations? Society as a symphony, musicians must learn timing, technique, and coordination to perform in harmony with an ensemble. Individuals internalize societal norms through socialization, the lifelong process of adapting to shared expectations and behaviors. From childhood, we learn the unwritten rules of conduct, don't be late to work, one of our first lessons in the societal symphony. These norms shape how we interact, interpret the world, and develop our identities. Socialization ensures that society functions cohesively, much like musicians adjusting their playing to remain in harmony with the ensemble. Social structure, the invisible sheet music. Every society operates within a framework known as social structure, an invisible yet powerful force that dictates how individuals interact. Durkheim, 91. Just as an orchestra follows a carefully arranged composition, social structures guide behavioral expectations, ensuring order and cohesion within a group. Without structure, a musical piece would devolve into chaotic noise, just as society would struggle without shared norms and roles. Culture, the melody that defines a performance. While social structure provides the framework, culture, the beliefs, traditions, and customs of a group, dictates daily life, Parsons 112. Each orchestra has a distinct style, shaped by musical traditions, techniques, and artistic interpretation. Just as different societies foster unique customs, some cultures bow, others shake hands, and some simply nod. Just as orchestras may favor classical precision, jazz improvisation, or experimental compositions. Guiding questions. What are norms and how do they regulate society? How does socialization shape individuals? How do different roles influence behavior and expectations? Norms are the explicit and implicit rules that govern behavior within a society. Just as musical notation provides structure for a performance, societal norms establish boundaries for acceptable actions, promoting stability and predictability, as Giddens and others have noted. Socialization is the lifelong process through which individuals internalize societal values, beliefs, and expectations. Much like musicians refining their craft through exposure and practice, individuals develop their understanding of norms through interactions with family, peers, institutions, and media, as Macchionis discusses. Roles are the structured positions individuals occupy within society, each accompanied by specific expectations. Just as a violinist performs differently than a percussionist, societal roles dictate behavioral norms, obligations, and relationships, shaping identity and social interactions, as Newman points out. This section explores how norms shape behavior and how socialization influences identity. Understanding these processes provides insight into how societies maintain order and cohesion. By recognizing roles and expectations, individuals gain a deeper awareness of their place within the social structure and how they contribute to the collective harmony. Greta Gerwig's Barbie, released in 2023, offers a satirical yet insightful critique of norms, socialization, and roles, using Barbieland as a controlled environment where societal expectations are exaggerated and then deconstructed. The film juxtaposes the rigid perfection of Barbie's world with the complexities of the real world, highlighting how individuals internalize and challenge societal structures. In Barbieland, norms dictate behavior, ensuring a seemingly flawless society where Barbies hold power and Kens exist in secondary roles. These norms establish boundaries for acceptable actions, reinforcing stability and predictability, as noted by Giddens and others. However, when Barbie enters the real world, she encounters a different set of norms, ones shaped by patriarchy, inequality, and conflicting expectations. Barbie's journey, really reflects the process of socialization, as she navigates the real world and internalizes its values, beliefs, and expectations. Much like musicians refining their craft through exposure and practice, individuals develop their understanding of norms through interactions with family, peers, institutions, and media, as Macchionis points out. The film highlights how gender roles are reinforced through socialization, showing how both Barbie and Ken struggle to adapt when confronted with new societal expectations. The film explores roles as structured positions within society, each accompanied by specific expectations. Just as a violinist performs differently than a percussionist, societal roles dictate behavioral norms, obligations, and relationships, as Newman explains. In Barbieland, Barbie embodies the idealized female role, confident, successful, and universally admired. Meanwhile, Ken's role is defined solely by his relationship to Barbie. When Ken discovers patriarchy in the real world, he attempts to redefine his role, illustrating how societal structures shape identity and influence behavior. Barbie, released in 2023, deconstructs traditional gender norms, exposing the contradictions within societal expectations. By examining norms, socialization, and roles, the film challenges audiences to, reconsider how identity is shaped and performed. What are norms, and how do they regulate society? Norms are shared expectations that guide behavior within a society. They help individuals distinguish acceptable from unacceptable conduct, creating predictability and cohesion in daily interactions. For instance, norms dictate actions like waiting in line or greeting others politely. By reinforcing conformity through approval or sanctions, norms function as invisible rules that maintain social order, as Giddens and Ferris and Stein have noted. How does socialization shape individuals? Socialization is the lifelong process by which individuals internalize the values, beliefs, and norms of their culture. It begins in early childhood through interactions with family and continues through schools, media, and peer groups. Through socialization, individuals learn language, develop identity, and adopt roles necessary for integration into society, as discussed by Macchionis and Newman. It ensures cultural continuity while also allowing people to adapt to changing social environments. How do different roles influence behavior and expectations? Social roles are sets of expectations tied to a given status or position in society, like student, parent, or worker. Each role comes with defined behaviors that guide how individuals interact with others. These roles shape conduct and influence identity, often resulting in role conflict when demands clash or role strain when expectations are excessive, as noted by Parsons and Good. Just as a violinist and a percussionist perform distinct parts in an orchestra, individuals fulfill varying roles that contribute to the societal ensemble. Thanks for joining us on this exploration. If you found this discussion helpful, please consider subscribing or checking out the next video in the series to keep learning with us. This concludes The Rhythm of Society, Chapter 2 and 3. Follow the link for the next part to this series. Please leave a comment below and let us know where you're watching from. And as always, thanks for watching.